Hello guys, it's Yanni and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you a birthday card that I've made using different brands of dies and stamps. For starters, I'm going to use my favorite things, Slimline Cloud stencil for my background, and I'm inking it up first using Distress Ink Speckled Egg. Then I'll switch it to Tumble Glass, and I like to do round motions with my blending brushes. Or you can do little flicks with these brushes or the other tools that you might have, if that is what you are going to use. With my stencil, I'm working it from left to right and from right to left, just to show different shapes of all the time since you have two different sides. The first stamp that you see me using is this one from Honeybee called Happy Bee Day. This is a large stamp with so many cute critters and beautiful images. I loved everything about this stamp set. That is why I got it. Once I placed everything down on my Misty, I inked it up with ink on 3 no line coloring. However, the balloon bundle stamp, also from my favorite things, will be inked up using Memento Tuxedo black ink. I'm going to color all of my images using Zig Clean Color. These pens are watercolor based. However, I am not going to use water on my images, and you don't have to. I have the 48 count. You don't need to get the 90 count because you get most of the colors with the 48 pens. They are filled with a water-based ink and the bristles are to a fine point. So you could do fine strokes or you could do a broad stroke. Try doing an ink swatch just to see how the color changes with water or no water. For my images, I have used different colors and have done very basic coloring, as you can see. This is a beautiful stamp set. I liked it a lot. You have the beehive with the branch, the bee holding the gift, the tree trunk with the cake, the bird and the flowers. They all look very cute. So what I've done with these color pens is that I had to put the numbers of the colors on the caps, so I don't keep looking for the numbers on the pens, because sometimes you keep turning the pen around until you see it. For the balloons, I have used very vibrant colors because I want to make this my focal point of the card. While coloring the balloons, I've left the cups up so you can see the colors I'm using. And I have started out with the blues, the greens, purples, reds, pinks, yellows, oranges, and repeated the colors again for the rest of the balloons, as you see me doing here. For me, it was very easy to find the color that I wanted after placing the number on the caps, then trying to find the name of the color to see what color I wanted to use, the shade of the color, since there's so many yellows and reds and greens. So that worked out better for me, just to put the numbers on the caps. You may want to try doing that. So as you see here, I started out with the darker color and then I used the lightest color and just shading it off. Here I'm continuing to color the rest of my images, as you see me doing here. And there was quite of images, and it took me a while to finish coloring all of them. But I want to take this time to let you know the reason I've been away for so long. As some of you know by watching some of my videos, my dad is sick and he's been in and out of the hospital since December of last year. He's gone back a few more times since, and for a time we thought he was going to leave us. But he has pulled through, and right now he's been stable, but taking tons of medications. He's also lost a lot of weight. Seeing your parents grow old, it gets you thinking, how are you going to be when you get to be their age? And it's scary for me to think about that. It's the unknown, you know. But it's been extremely hard. What has helped us, my family and myself, is the constant prayers from family and friends. We're just taking it one day at a time. We've just seen how much he's changed in the past couple of months, since December. Little by little, he just doesn't look the same. But it is what it is, right? And also, my niece's husband just died from COVID last Monday. And he will be buried next Friday, the 26th of August. So there's so much going on out there for so many families, that times are changing. Here in California, we're experiencing a lot of fires, and I live on the northern part of California. And we have the fires here, they are very close to us. But moving on to my card, here you see me coloring, just using, like I said, basic colors just to make this a happy card for the recipient. Let me know if you also picked up this stamp set. Do you have it, and what did you do with it? How did you color your images? Did you use copy coloring or zig coloring or just pencils? Let me know what you did. I'll be interested to know how everybody uses it in different ways, you know, and that's the fun of it, that everybody has beautiful ideas. I do enjoy watching a lot of crafters doing their card, and it just takes your time into it, and you enjoy it, and then or you get ideas from the other crafters and you said, oh, that's how you can do it also, you know. So I spent almost every day I watch videos from different crafters, and I enjoy this hobby that we all have. Okay, so moving on, for the eyes of the bee, I have used the black glazed pen to give some dimension to the eyes, and I believe I also used it on the bird eye. And also from my favorite things, I am using this discontinued stamp set called Birthday Greeting, and I like it because it has all types of greetings for birthday celebrants, for the birthday celebrants. So I picked up the one that says, "Hooray, it's my birthday." I have stamped that using this white pigment ink. And once it's stamped, I use Brutus Monroe fine embossing powder and heat set it until the powder melts and gives you that shiny look. So for my panel, I'm using this die from Fawn called Let's Toast Pull Tab that helps you create this pull tab where the balloons pop up and down, and that is like the surprise of the card that is hidden. So I used a piece that lets you create the notch for your pull tab, and that is what you see me using on my panel. But before I continue doing this, I'm placing the images to my panel, including the balloon, and this is going in the center of my card. So I'll be working with the straight slot piece. I'm using this piece twice to cut the center because this balloon die is white. Then I'm taking my pencil and making a mark in order to create the slot on the card. Once the slot is made, I tested it out, making sure the balloon can slide up and down with no difficulties. For the balloons to pop out, you will need the actual pull tab, and you will see me this die has some score lines, and you are going to fold them in at one and closest to the long piece. Then you are going to fold out on the other fold line, creating almost the Z. So then I'll use my bond folder to create those fold downs. But for now, I am taping this piece to the balloon so I can put double adhesive around the panel. Then I'll be adding the sleeves to help keep the pull tab moving straight, and for this you need two pieces as well. Once I was done with that, I continue adhering the double adhesive around my panel, as you see me doing here. And I put the double adhesive all over the panel. Now it's time for me to start gluing the pieces to my card, and I'm starting with the grass at the bottom and just placing all of my images down to see where I want them to go. And at the same time, with my Memento Tuxedo black marker, I'm just using it to finish off my edges of that fuzzy cutting of my images because I don't want to see the white lines around the edges. And here I'm just getting any idea of how I want these flowers to go on the grass. And now I'm using my Memento Tuxedo black marker. So I just don't want to see the white lines around them. So at this point, I'm just finishing off this card and just working on the final touches by gluing all of my pieces down. And I also want to add some dimension to my flowers by adding double-sided foam. And at the last minute, I decided to stamp these birds on the corner of my card, as you see me doing here. I felt like it needed a little something, so I decided to put the birds on the corner. I'm just testing everything out at this point, making sure the balloons pop out with no difficulties and that my branch is going to be placed where I wanted it to be placed. Just gluing the branch and placing it where I feel it should go. I'm removing the back paper from the double adhesive to adhere it to my panel at this point. So now I can cover it up, that slot, by placing my sentiment just a hairline above it, hiding it a bit so it looks like something magical is about to happen once they pull the top. It will be a surprise because the balloons will be popping out. This is a slimline card measuring 7 inches by 8.5 inches. And to add a little bit of interest, I'm using the stickles to the clouds and flowers, and that will complete my card of today. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. I thank you so much for spending this time with me, and take care, everyone. Thank you for watching.